is Lori Magnuson over at Stamp Sunshine on Facebook, and I'm bringing you another Christmas card. This one is using the photopolymer stamp set called In the Pines, and it also has die cuts, and so it is a bundle. It's called In the Pines Bundle. So this is the card that I'm going to be making for you today and demonstrating. I will put the measurements and the colors that I used in the description of this YouTube video. So I'll just show you briefly what I did and tell you what colors I used. So one of the images in the stamp set is this beautiful big pine tree, and I first stamped that right in the middle with soft suede, and then I took this other image that has just the sort of the branches of the pine tree, and I stamped it on to a piece of Whisper white cardstock, and I die cut it out, and then I used the same stamp and I stamped it here. This was in terracotta, excuse me. I stamped it in terracotta, and here I stamped it in terracotta. Here I stamped it in crumb cake, and then here I stamped it in bumblebee, and then I stamped it off here a second time in bumblebee without re-inking. And these tiny little specks are also a stamp that comes in this stamp set, and I just used bumblebee to stamp here, here, and here. And even this little shadow underneath the tree is also a stamp. I just stamped that in soft suede as well. So that's basically how I stamped this front of this card. So I took a piece of soft suede cardstock, and I cut it at 5.5 and scored it at 4 1/4. And then that'll be my card base. And then this is Bumblebee, and it's one of our new in colors, and that you can buy any of these things in our annual catalog or our mini catalog that's currently out. We're going to be having another catalog come out in January, a mini catalog, and January will be the beginning of Celebration, which is where when you make a $50 order from the annual catalog, you get to select a free item from the Celebration catalog. So I just laid the bumblebee on top of the soft suede card base, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put that inside layer down. Because soft suede is a little darker, you want to have a light color on the inside to write your special message to your friend. And as you could see, I just stamped a couple of the trees in bumblebee on the inside to give a little extra interest to the inside of your card. Okay, I think that looks pretty well centered. Okay, all right, then we're just gonna take this front, and I will pop it up when I'm finished, but first I just wanted to show you how I got the effect of this twine wrapped underneath the Thinking of You. So basically what I'm going to do is just put some of you're going to take your tape runner and you're going to put adhesive. Looks like that one's shot. Got to bring in my big gun. Put your adhesive on the back of your sentiment that's going to go here, and you're just going to take your twine. I think this is probably about a foot or so of twine, and I just like to wrap it around a couple of my fingers a couple of times like this to get it started. Okay, and then I'm going to lay it across the back of this sentiment where I already laid my adhesive. Okay, then I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to pop that up because I want that to be raised up off the front of the card. And plus the dimensionals will help to hold that twine down. Okay, so all of the things that you see here today you can buy through Stampin' Up. You can just go to my online store at loriMagnuson.stampinup.net. All right, I'm just going to kind of eyeball that and see where I want it. I think I like that. I need to leave room for my other pine tree over here. So I think I'm going to go right about there. Then I'm just going to take a dimensional over here on the other side. Now, I just want to point out that this is going to be laying on the edge of this sentiment that's already popped up. So you don't want to put a pop dot or a dimensional right on the top of the part that's going to be overlapping here. So you're going to want to put it underneath that, okay? All right, I think that'll work. And then we could use a mini dimensional up here at the top. We have 2 different sizes of dimensionals at Stampin' Up, which is nice, so that you can, oh, I already took that back off. You can select what size you need. Okay, then I'm just gonna lay this right over here on the edge. All right. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop this layer up as well with dimensionals. I'm finishing up this set of dimensionals, and so I don't like to waste the part that goes around the outside edges. So I am just cutting those off to use on my card. I like to put one in the very center too, because that way the middle of your card doesn't sink down when you put it through the mail. I'd like to add one other tip. When I send a card through the mail, if there's quite a bit of dimension to it like this, sometimes I'll take another piece of cardstock or a piece of cardstock that got ruined or something that I made a mistake on, and I'll just lay it over the top of that. So then when I put it in my envelope, it acts as a protective barrier so that this doesn't get smashed, especially if there's a pretty jewel on the front or something like that, and it doesn't poke a hole in your envelope. So I've done that for a long time. So if you get a card from me and there's an extra piece of paper in there, you know that that's what that's all about. It's just to protect your card and keep it pretty. So now I'm just going to try to get that centered as best I can. Press down that card on top of those pop dots, and there you have it. There's your pretty Christmas card, or you could just use it for a Thanksgiving card. You can use it to send to a person who's not been feeling well or who's lonely. So hope you enjoyed my card today. Like I said, if you'd like to find out more about Stampin' Up, please contact me, and come visit my Facebook page at Stamp Sunshine. Thanks for your support and for joining me today on this video.